special day. Today is the day of Vasanta Panchami, where the spring season begins. Today is the day when the Vasanta Rasayatra festival also happens. Vishnu Chakravarti Thakur disappearance day is also today. Srimati Vishnu Priya Devi's appearance is also today. Srimati Srila Raghunath Das Goswami, Srila Pundarik Vidyanidhi, Sri Raghunandan Thakur, so many great acharyas, their appearance day is also today. So these days are surcharged with extra mercy of the Lord, extra potency of the Lord to help us make spiritual advancement. So reading, hearing Bhagavad Gita in this on these special days, engaging in any forms of bhakti has unlimited value, and it escalates hundreds and millions of times when we do on special days like today. So thank you again to all of you for taking out your precious time and giving your most valuable association. So with that, we'll start with the prayers of the Mangala Charana. Om Gyantimirandhasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurun Militam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Shri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Sthapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamayam Dadati Swapadantikam Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Yutapadakamalam Shri Gurun Vaishnavamscha Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sahagana Raghunathanvitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadhutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padan Sahagana Lalita Shri Vishakhanvitamscha He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dinabandhu Jagatpati Gopisha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namastate Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishabhanu Sute Devi Pranamami Hari Priye Nama Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Pristhaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swamin Niti Namini Namaste Saraswate Devi Gauravani Pracharini Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Pashat Deshatarini Mukam Karoti Vachalam Pangum Langayate Girim Yat Kripatamaham Vande Shri Guru Dinatarinam Paramananda Madhavam Shri Chaitanya Ishwaram Namo Vishnu Padaya Krishna Pristhaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swamin Iti Namine Namaste Saraswate Devi Gauravani Pracharini Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschat Deshatarini Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Srivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Chakalpatarubhyascha Kripasan Dubhya Evacha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavibhyo Namo Namaha. So thank you, all the worshipable devotees assembled. So grateful to all of you for your wonderful association. So today we'll discuss from Bhagavad Gita, chapter 9, the most confidential knowledge. And today we will talk about the verse which, if anyone learns a verse from Bhagavad Gita, generally this is their first verse. Generally, I mean, it could vary, but this is, if someone has to learn top 5 verses, in my humble opinion, and because it's quoted so often by Srila Prabhupada and all the great Vaishnavas, this would be one of them. This is a very, very important verse. So let's try to dive deep, and by the mercy and prayers of all the great acharyas, their appearance, disappearance day today, and try to understand this very, very important verse today. Okay, like always, you can raise your hand. We'll today not cover a lot of verses, but we'll go deeper. So We'll read the purport also. So I'll highlight the sections of purport and you can all take turns and read. So I think Anita Mataji wants to read the verse. Yes, please.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, Hare Krishna, all the devotees done with pranam. All glories to Srila Prabhupada. Text 26. Patram pushpam phalam toyam yo me bhaktya priyachati tad aham bhakti uphartam ashnami pratatmana. Translation.
If one offers me with love and devotion, like a leaf, a flower, a fruit, or water, I will accept it.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Thank you so much. We'll read the purport as well. So I'll highlight the sections and you can read. Yes, Anita Mataji, you can start. And go slowly. Try to read slowly, not too fast.
For the intelligent person, it is essential to be in Krishna consciousness, engaged in the transcendental loving service of the Lord, in order to achieve a permanent blissful abode for eternal happiness. The process of achieving such a marvelous result is very easy and can be attempted even by the poorest of the poor without any kind of qualification. The only qualification required in this connection is to be a pure devotee of the Lord. It does not matter what one is or where one is situated. The process is so easy that even a leaf or a little water or food can be offered to the Supreme Lord in genuine love, and the Lord will be pleased to accept it. No one, therefore, can be barred from Krishna consciousness because it is so easy and universal. Who is such a fool that he does not want to be Krishna conscious by this simple method and thus attain the highest perfection in life of eternity, bliss and knowledge? Krishna wants only loving service and nothing more. Krishna accepts even a little flower from his pure devotee. He does not want any kind of offering from a non-devotee. He is not in need of anything from anyone because he is self-sufficient and yet he accepts the offering of his devotee in an exchange of love and affection. To develop.
We'll cover this a long purport. We'll cover in sections. So thank you. Each and every word of this purport, this verse, this whole mood of Srila Prabhupada and the whole mood of the Supreme Lord is, worth deeply meditating upon. For intelligent person, that's all of you. It's essential to be in Krishna consciousness, engaged in transcendental loving service of the Lord in order to achieve. So those who want to achieve permanent eternal happiness, not the flickering pleasures of the world, not the temporary reliefs of the world, not banded solution in life, not going to Swarga, not getting some little wealth which will just give some temporary relief or some little maybe car, home. Those who want eternal solution, eternal permanent happiness, this is the process, which has marvelous result. Now the question may come, oh, that means it must be a very difficult process because anything great in the world, not everyone has access to it, right? Can everyone go to a holiday to Hawaii? Can everyone go to Switzerland? No, maybe it takes a certain, prerequisite. But for the bhakti, even the poorest of the poor, even the illiterate, even, so bhakti, no one is bared to execute bhakti or to render bhakti. Can anyone say in the world, I cannot offer water to God, I cannot offer a fruit to God or a flower to God? Anywhere we go, any country we go, any city we go, these items are the most basic and they are accessible everywhere. And it does not take millions or billions of dollars to get access to a leaf, a flower, a fruit, or water, isn't it? We can get those items and offer. So what is the prerequisite? Bhakti. Yome bhaktya prayachati. Krishna is not actually accepting these items, but he's accepting the mood of devotion, the love and the bhakti behind that offering. दुर्योधन को 56 भोग न खायो, रूख शाख विदुर घर खायो, ऐसे प्रेम पुजारी राधे श्याम श्याम श्याम. Duryodhana gave 56 preparation. Did that include Patram Pushpam Phalam Toyam? Was it there? Of course, yes. There must be some items made with leaves, some items with fruits and whatnot. But one thing was missing from there, and that was the loving devotion. He was not a devotee of Lord. So Krishna did not accept. On the contrary, Krishna accepted the Rukha Shaka, even the banana peel of Vidura and his wife Vidurani. Now the question may come, why should we offer to God? Is he in need of something? No, he is not in need of anything from anyone. He's Atma Rama. He's complete. Purnam Ada Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vishishyate. So he is fully complete. He does not need anything from anyone, right? So he is not waiting, when will I offer, when will anyone offer to me so I can, why does a person eat, right? Why does a person eat? Anyone like to answer? Why a person eats? There are two reasons.
For
Yes.
surviving.
For surviving or eating, like hunger, to cure the hunger, right? To quench the hunger, right? That's what I guess you meant. That's number one reason. Okay, very nice. Could there be any other reason?
Energy.
To get energy, okay. The food will go, surviving, energy to keep the body healthy. Okay, all this like in one category, to quench the hunger.
For living.
Same category, living, surviving, yeah, same. Yes, Sheetal Mataji.
Navya wants to say, Prabhu.
Yeah.
They don't need it, but they want it to eat, like because they like the taste, something.
Okay, maybe the taste buds, yeah, that could be a reason. But there could be one more reason, which is very important in this. Sense gratification.
Purifying the senses, Prabhuji.
Purifying. I'm talking about general eating. Why a person eats, right? Why a person eats. We'll come to prasadam and all that soon. Why a person eats. So yeah, it could be overeating because of sense gratification. They are not hungry, but they are overeating because they like the taste. Yeah. Yes, Abhida.
For the satisfaction.
Satisfaction, yeah, okay, living or sense gratification. I think one reason is, is very important, when the person, if anyone offers with love and devotion, right? Isn't it? Then also we may eat it. For example, our mother has made something nice. We are not hungry, right? Right? But still we may eat it because the mother has made with so much. And she is really saying, please take one more. Or a dear friend, or you go to someone's home and they really say, please take just one more, little bit, just one more spoon, right? We may end up doing that to give them joy. Now Krishna is Atmaram, he's never hungry, right? So he does not need food. Now the only reason he takes food is to give us joy. So by giving him what belongs to him, we get eternal happiness. Because everything belongs to the Supreme Lord. Is it not? Everything belongs to him only. Who created this patram? Did anyone bring, when they were born, did they bring the trees with them, or fruits with them, or some flowers with them? No. It all belongs to the Supreme Lord. But when we offer what belongs to the Supreme Lord in his satisfaction, he gets very happy and we get very happy. And this is the reciprocal formula for happiness. Yasmin tushte, jagat tushte. If we are able to please the Supreme Lord, we will get a lot of happiness. Eternal, blissful abode of eternal happiness, permanent. So who will be that fool who do not want to be Krishna conscious. Prabhupada is writing. Because it's such a simple method. It does not need that one has to be PhD. It does not need one needs to have a lot of money. It does not need one need to be only in India or Vrindavan or a certain country or a certain age or a certain sex or a certain white, black, yellow, brown. It does not need any background. All it needs is loving bhakti and a genuine heart to offer, right? Tulasi dalamatrena jalasya chulukenava vikrinete swam atmanam varada bhavashobhani. Even little tulasi dala, little leaf of tulasi, we're talking about patram. Jalasya chulukenava, chulu bhar pani, little water, right, Krishna? And that's the formula which Advaita Acharya also used to bring the Supreme Lord. What was he doing? He was offering tulasi leaf and he was offering Ganga Jala to the Shaligram Shilas, and that brought the Supreme Lord for our purification. The Lord descended. So, every intelligent person, in short, must adopt this simple process. Not for the Lord, right? But for us. It's us who need to do that for our happiness. Like, for example, in Ganga, in Mother Ganga, some devotees you may have seen, they take the water of Ganga and they arpan to Ganga Mata only. So where did the water come from? It was already there. But is Mother Ganga happy? Yes, absolutely. And that makes a devotee also happy. Similarly, His Holiness Radhanath Swami Maharaj gives this wonderful example that one time it was his mother's birthday, and a lot of people brought some, expensive gifts and whatnot. But when he was in his childhood, Maharaj went to the backyard, which was maintained by the mother, by the parents. The mother did all the hard work of, plowing the field and putting the seeds and taking care of the plants and the flowers and everything. All he did, he took a rose and offered to the mother, and happy birthday, mother. Now, for those of you being parents, wouldn't that give you a lot of joy, right? That my child brought a flower for me from my backyard only, right? So the backyard belongs to the parents, but the child, out of love, took the property of the parents to offer it to the parents, and it in turn gives a lot of joy to the parents or grandparents or anyone. The same formula. Everything belongs to the Supreme Lord. Patram, Pushpam, Phalam, Toyam. This is not ours. Bhoktaram Yajna Sapasa. He is the Supreme Bhokta. And by rendering service to him, we will be happy. This is the formula for Bhagavad Gita. So it must be done with a lot of affection, with a lot of devotion. And of course, so and it does not take any background, right? That's also a very, very important point. Now the question may come, okay, then I can offer anything I want to him. So now let's read this topic. Who will read this paragraph? Yes, Vinita.
Hare Krishna. Here, Lord Krishna, having established that he is the only enjoyer, the primeval Lord, and the real object of all sacrificial offerings, reveals what type of sacrifices he desires to be offered. If one wishes to engage in devotional service to the Supreme in order to be purified and to reach the goal of life, the transcendental loving service of God, then one should find out what the Lord desires of him. One who loves Krishna will give him whatever he wants, and he avoids offering anything which is undesirable or unasked. Thus, meat, fish, and eggs should not be offered to Krishna. If he desired such things as offerings, he would have said so. Instead, he clearly requests that a leaf, fruit, flowers, and water be given to him. And he says of this offering, I will accept it. Therefore, we should understand that he will not accept meat, fish, and eggs. Vegetable grains, fruits, milk, and water are the proper foods for human beings and are prescribed by Lord Krishna himself. Whatever else we eat cannot be offered to him since he will not accept it. Thus, we cannot be acting on the level of loving devotion if we offer such foods.
Thank you. So powerful, right? And this is the real difference actually between, selfless love, pure love. Pure love means to do what the master would like, right? Let's say if you invite a friend to your home, okay? And you serve him or her what you like. And let's say you didn't ask the person who is coming, and you made a nice, let's say, almond cake for them, almond and vanilla cake, and you put a lot of almonds because you like almonds, right? And you put a lot of cashews and nuts and pistachios and everything, and you feel that the person will be so happy because when I offer him or her this cake, which is enriched with nuts. And the person comes and you say, oh, thank you so much for coming. Look what I made for you. Look, this is my favorite. I made this for you, and you will be really happy. And then the person says, sorry, I can't eat that. And then, no, I made it. This is my favorite. You have to eat it, right? He said, no, I'm allergic to nuts. No, you have to eat it. Will that person be happy? No. Will it cause more joy to that person or more suffering? Right? It will cause suffering to that person. Similarly, when we have to please the Lord, we have to know what the Lord wants us to do. And this is the real difference between Bhakti Yoga and Karma Yoga. Today morning, His Grace Gauranga Darshan Prabhu was explaining. This is the real difference between Karma Yoga and Bhakti Yoga. In Karma Yoga, they offer the results of their karma to the Lord, but in the way they would want to do. For example, I like, let's say, something. I give the example of a cake. So I will offer only that to the Lord because I like it, right? This is Karma Yoga. Doing what I like to do and offering the results to the Supreme Lord, right? I like to do this and I will do this only because this is my propensity, this is my nature. I will not do what Guru Krishna say, but I'll offer what I like to do for Krishna service. That's Karma Yoga. It's better than Karma Kanda, but Bhakti Yoga, it begins with understanding what Krishna would want me to do. What will please the Supreme Lord? I will do that and I'll offer that to the Supreme Lord. Why? Because that's what Supreme Lord is asking me. That's what Guru Sadhu Shastra are asking me. So I will dovetail my propensities, my desires, and align my will to the will of the Lord. Let thy will be done, not my will, right? Karishyasi vachanam tava, right? That's what Arjuna also said. I will do what you want me to do, not what I want to do. Arjuna could have said, okay, I will do bhajan. That was his initial thought. Okay, I'll go to forest and I'll do bhajan there. Right? But later, after hearing the Bhagavad Gita, he completely dovetailed his energy, his mind, his senses, his actions, everything in the way the Supreme Lord wants him to run. This is Bhakti Yoga. So we must ask the Supreme Lord. We must ask the spiritual master. We must ask our Diksha Guru, Shiksha Guru, etc. How can I best serve? So this is very, very important point. So one cannot whimsically, Prabhupada is mentioning, serve meat, fish, eggs, and say, oh, I'm offering this to God. But will God be happy? Will Krishna be happy? No, because he's saying, Krishna is not saying, give me meat, flesh, etc. Krishna is saying, give me patram pushpam phalam toyam. Mata Yashoda did not used to make fish, eggs for Krishna. She used to make hundreds and hundreds of items. All the gopis, Radharani, etc. They used to make hundreds, thousands, millions of items with these ingredients, which Krishna wants. So very, very nice point here. So Let's read a few more lines of the purport. Let's read from here. Who would like to read? Yes, Avan. Karina, you'll read next. Okay.
Hare Krishna. Those who do not make an offering of their food, he says in the same verse, are eating only sin. In other words, their every mouthful is simply deepening their involvement in the complexities of material nature. But preparing nice, simple vegetable dishes, offering them before the picture or deity of Lord Krishna, and bowing down and praying for him, to accept such a humble offering, enable one to advance steadily in life, to purify the body, and to create fine brain tissues which will lead to clear thinking. Above all, the offering should be made with an attitude of love. Krishna has no need of food, since he already possesses everything that be, yet he will accept the offering of one who desires to please him in that way. The important element in preparation, in serving, and in offering is to act with love for Krishna. Haribol.
Thank you so much. So anyone remembers this verse? Yes, Anita, what's that verse?
Hare Krishna, it's 3.13. Yagya sista shanashanto muchante sarvakil vishai vujante te tvagam papa ye pachanti atmakaranat. Hare Krishna.
Wonderful. Thank you. So if we are eating something without offering to the Supreme Lord, it's like a thief mentality. It's sinful because it belongs to the Supreme Lord, but we took it without offering or without recognizing that. So Krishna is saying, and this is a simple process which anyone and everyone can do, right? So what we can do, simple, take a plate for Krishna, whatever you are making, rice, dal, roti, sabji, laddu, gulab jamun, whatever, anything as we just mentioned, what is in the mode of goodness, using the mode of goodness ingredients, and put a picture of Radha Krishna, Gaur Nitai, put a picture of Srila Prabhupada, and ask, Lord, please accept. This is a very simple process. And of course, there are some mantras, etc. But just to keep things simple for those who are maybe in the beginning, they can just chant the Hare Krishna Maha Mantra 3 times. And those who want to learn the advanced, like few mantras which are chanted, they can also do that. It's always nice. But for the in the beginning, in the starting, we can just chant the Hare Krishna Maha Mantra and ask the Lord from our heart to please accept these offerings. Please accept these offerings. So the Lord will accept it. Okay. And the main ingredient is the attitude of love. Attitude of Yome Bhaktya Prayachati. Even for us, like, will you like to go to a place as someone has made nice, in gold plate, nice vegetables, nice preparations, everything is very nice. But their attitude is like very disrespectful. Why the hell have you come here? You beggar? Or something like that. Why you were hungry at home? That's why you have come. Okay, now eat it. Put it in your mouth and get out of here. Right? Will anyone like to go there? Will anyone like to eat that food? No. But on the contrary, even if there is a simple straw plate with just simple some water, and the person is very kind and respectful and welcoming, that kind of reception is 1,000,000 times better, as we discussed the Duryodhana and the Vidura example as well. So ultimately, we see that even in normal parlance, we are not looking for the ingredients, right? We're not looking for how the thing tastes. That's secondary, but how it is offered. So Krishna, the Supreme Lord, all these qualities ultimately are coming from the Supreme Lord. So the Lord is looking for that because he is not hungry. He does not need it, but he accepts it so we can make spiritual progress. So we can purify our senses. So not just the spiritual food, not just nourishes the body. When we eat the food, when we eat any food, the body will, depending upon the type of food, goodness, passion, ignorance, the body will have those kind of good or bad reactions. But when we eat spiritual food that is in mode of Shuddha Sattva or transcendental goodness, the body certainly is nourished, but more important, the spiritual effect the prasadam has. Prasad, Prabhu ke Sakshat Darshan, it's not different from Krishna because Krishna has tasted it, Krishna has touched it. These are the remnants of the Supreme Lord. One should take those with that consciousness. Ei Shaka Krishna Aswadilo, Hino Shaka Aswadane Krishna Prema Aisamane. By eating these remnants, Krishna Prema will awaken in the heart of those who eat with that gratitude, that these are the remnants, who offer with that love and accept with gratitude. So prasadam is also a science. So we never say we eat prasad or we enjoy prasad. We should say we honor prasad. We honor prasad. We gratefully accept prasad because this is Krishna. We don't enjoy Krishna. We don't eat Krishna. We are grateful to have Krishna in our lives through the medium of prasad. We are honoring this prasadam. Prabhupada you see so many pictures of Prabhupada you may have seen, like how it's detailed. Prabhupada ji is like, honoring each and every item of Krishna prasad. So let's complete the purport. So let's read from here. Maybe this last paragraph. Yeah, let's read. Karina, want to read? Please unmute.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, Dinawar Pranam, Always Krishna Prabhupada. The impersonalist philosophers who wish to maintain that the absolute truth is without the senses cannot comprehend this verse of Bhagavad Gita. To them, it is either metaphor or proof of the mundane character of Krishna. Speaking of the Bhagavad Gita, but in actually, Krishna, the Supreme Godhead, has senses, and it is stated that his senses are interchangeable. In other words, one sense can perform the function of any other. This is what it means to say that Krishna is the absolute. Lacking senses, he could hardly be considered full in all opulences. In the 7th chapter, Krishna has explained that he impregnates the living entities into material nature. This is done by his looking upon material nature. And so, in this instance, Krishna, hearing the devotees' words in love and offering foodstuffs, is wholly identical with his eating and actually tasting. This point should be emphasized because of his absolute position. His hearing is wholly identical with his eating and tasting. Only the devotee who accepts Krishna as he describes himself without interpretation can understand that the supreme absolute truth can eat food and enjoy it. Hare Krishna Prabhuji.
Very cool. Thank you. So the impersonalists, those who don't believe in the personal form of the Lord, they say, hey, how can the Lord have senses? Because they think if I have senses, then the God should be something which is beyond, me. But they fail to understand that, yes, he is beyond us because everything is transcendental. His body is completely transcendental. His senses are not like our senses. Can any of us eat through our eyes or our nose or our ears? But Krishna can. Angani yasya sakalindriya vrittimanti. His senses are interchangeable. And that's what he does. He glances on the bhoga and he eats through if it is offered with love. So the whole point is that we must do our best. Now the point may come that Krishna is saying, offer patram, pushpam, phalam, toyam, leaf, water, fruit, flower. The point here is that no one can say, I cannot do something for Lord. Everyone can do something for the Lord. The idea is one must do one's best, because where there is love, one wants to do the most, not the least, right? Where there is love, one wants to do the best. For example, we love our children. Do we try to give them the least things, or the least of to give them values or anything? We try to give our best based on one situation. Every parent wants to give their best, best education, best values, best culture, and best role model. Everyone wants to give best. The child is happy. Similarly, we should try to give our best. And then we see in the kings would make, pearl necklace and diamond studded rubies and crowns and everything, because for those who can do it, they must do it, right? But if we ourselves, for ourselves, His Holiness Bhakti Rasamrit Maharaj was mentioning, very nice point, opulence for Krishna and poverty for oneself, right? Simple living for oneself, opulence for the Supreme Lord. But often we may do it opposite, opulence for oneself and poverty for the Lord, right? If I'm eating in a nice silver plate and I give a plastic paper plate to the Lord, that's hypocrite, right? Right? If one is eating in paper plate and one is offering the Lord in paper plate, that's the Lord, sorry, I can't do much. Then the Lord will be happy. But if one has the potential to offer in gold plates, one can offer in gold plates. The whole point is one should do one's best for the Lord, because when there is love, one wants to continually wants to do the best for the Lord, and do the best of one's ability, to the best of one's devotional attitude. And that's what to speak of offering patram pushpam. It is mentioned in the scriptures that one can offer anything one gets new. It could be clothes, it could be medicine, it could be anything. It could be, anything, right? This home, my Lord, this is for you. This car I got, please accept it. This is for you. And when we say it, we mean it, right? So the devotee got a very nice opulent, swing for Lord. Swing. He got it as home. So it was very opulent. Spent a lot of money to get there, and then his Guru Maharaj came over there. So the swing was being used. So maybe the Guru Maharaj came after 1 year, and he had procured that swing. And this devotee was offering this in his offering, in his Vyas Puja, was sharing this experience of how the Guru humbles, right? That this devotee said, when the Gurus asked, oh, this nice swing. And this devotee said, oh, well, Guru Maharaj, this is for you. And his Guru said, okay, what happens? I come here once in 5 years, and that too also, maybe. What happened the rest of the time? So he got humble and realized, because he was saying out of humility and out of self-reflection. So in short, we must try to do one's best for the pleasure of Guru, for the pleasure of Krishna, and try one's really best. This is Patram Pushpam Phalam Toya. Now there is a gross meaning that one must offer water, offer leaves, and we discuss example of Advaita Acharya. We know that Tulsi Maharani is so dear to Krishna. We discuss about prasadam also, that how it purifies the body and the senses. and the consciousness. In the Vishnu Purana it's mentioned that if anyone takes prasadam unknowingly, if anyone takes prasadam unknowingly, that means they're not aware about the glories of prasad, the sins of 7 lifetimes are purified. If anyone takes prasadam knowingly, oh, this is the remnants of the Supreme Lord. I'm so blessed and grateful that I'm getting chance to receive the remnants of the Supreme Lord. So powerful, so grateful. Wow, all glories to Shri Krishna Prasad. This is amazing. What great fortune I am getting. That person, their sins of millions of lifetimes are purified. When a person takes Krishna Prasad and walks around, he purifies the land where he goes. And if he touches someone, that person is also purified. A short pastime about Krishna Prasad. In LA, there was the street Sankirtan party. The devotees used to do Sankirtan. And there was a vegetable vendor. He used to sell tomatoes. Somehow he had a little bit inimical attitude towards devotees. And whenever this Sankirtan party would go, he would, throw tomatoes on them. Rotten tomatoes, I guess that's where it's coming from. Not out of joy, not flowers. Throwing flowers is very nice, but he would throw tomatoes on them. But devotees were kind and tolerant. The devotees were carrying burfi, the fudge, milk fudge. They used to give that to the vegetable seller, the tomato vendor. And then he used to take it and eat it. Not out of faith, but somehow he ate it. And he continued throwing tomatoes for some time and continued having burfi for some time. And his heart transformed. And later there was Rath Yatra, and this vegetable seller, the vendor of tomatoes, didn't throw tomatoes on the Rath Yatra. Rather, he sponsored all the tomatoes, which were like 100 pounds of tomatoes, which were to be used for the Rath Yatra, bhoga preparations and prasadam preparations. This is the power of prasad. Mark high prem de. They were receiving rotten tomatoes, but they were giving burfi. This is the mood of bhaktas and the Supreme Lord. Mark high prem de. Mark ha ke prem. That is very rare. If someone throws tomatoes, the general tendency is we will throw maybe pumpkin at them, maybe something bigger. Right? But what is Lord Chaitanya's mood? Mark high prem de, to give them the real Krishna Prasad. So many devotees, so many pastimes, so many devotees, their lives have been transformed. ISKCON, bullets, so many stories are there in this regard. But the whole point is to remember this is the Lord likes to see our devotion. There's a hidden meaning also in this verse. Patram pushpam phalam toyam. Patram means leaf. In the olden days, we know the paper, before the paper came into existence, the verses were written on leaves, right? So one devotee was sharing this beautiful meaning of this verse. Of course, there is the cross meaning too. It's very, very important to offer tulasi, to offer some flowers, some fruits and water. But there is a deeper meaning also, the inside secret. So we should offer a verse to the Supreme Lord every day. We should chant, read, hear, sing, at least one verse a day. Something, some reading, some hearing must be there. Reading one verse does not take more than, if we just read the translation, it takes maybe less than 1 minute. If we even read the purport, it takes less than 5-10 minutes. So some reading, some hearing, should be done every day. This was one of the 5 most important limbs of bhakti. Bhagavad, Shravana or reading, Patana, they are all part of Shravana. One verse, a verse a day keeps adversity away. So, Pushpam. Pushpam means flower. Flower means we should be a flowering devotee, right? What does Pushpa do? They spread their fragrance. They spread their joy. They give pleasure to others, right? And everyone is happy to see flowers, right? Even a person has a very bad mood, they'll see flowers, they'll be very happy to see those. That means we should blossom like flowers. Every year we should see, am I blossoming in my bhakti, or am I, shrinking? Am I able to give joy? Am I a source of joy to others, or am I a source of suffering to others? So we can self introspect that, and every year we should continue to blossom like flowers in our Krishna Kant. We have flowering devotee, Pushpam and Phalam. Phalam, of course, means phala or fruit, but it also means fruits of our actions, right? The results of our action. If one is studying, one should try to get the best grades, because these are my fruits of my actions. Krishna says, offer it to me with love. And when we have to offer to the Supreme Lord, we don't want to offer the worst thing, as we discussed. If a dear friend, guest comes, will you give the worst flowers in the backyard, or you'll try to pick the best ones, or from the market? We'll give the best ones. So whether one is a doctor, engineer, lawyer, student, wife, husband, any role, any position, any job, any paristhiti, any condition, we must do the offering of our fruits to the Supreme Lord, offering of our actions, the fruits of our actions. And toyam means tears. Toyam means water, tears of love. Srila Gaur Govind Maharaj used to say, we have opened a crying school. One should cry for Krishna. Not like a sahajiya, not like artificial crocodile-like tears, but really crying from the heart that, Lord, you are my master, you are my everything. Please help me render loving devotional service. My heart is like a stone. When will it cry for you? So tears of love, bhakti. So this is the other meaning of Patram Pushpam Phalam Toyam as well. Let's read the next verse. Yes. Chital Mataji, interview.
Yat karoshi yadashnashi yad johosi tadasi yat tapasyasi kaunteya tad kushvad madarpanam.
Okay, who else wants to read?
The translation.
Whatever you do, whatever you eat, whatever you offer or give away, and whatever austerities you perform, do that, O son of Kunti, as an offering to me.
Wonderful, thank you. Okay, we'll read the purport. It's short, one paragraph. Would someone like to complete this?
May I read, Prabhuji?
Sure, please.
Hare Krishna. Thus, it is the duty of everyone to mold his life in such a way that he will not forget Krishna in any circumstance. Everyone has to work for maintenance of his body and soul together, and Krishna recommends herein that one should work for him. Everyone has to eat something to live. Therefore, he should accept the remnants of foodstuffs offered to Krishna. Any civilized man has to perform some religious ritualistic ceremonies. Therefore, Krishna recommends, do it for me, and this is called Archana. Everyone has a tendency to give something in charity. Krishna says, give it to me. And this means that all surplus money accumulated should be utilized in furthering the Krishna consciousness movement. Nowadays, people are very much inclined to the meditational process, which is not practical in this age. But if anyone practices meditating on Krishna 24 hours a day by chanting the Hare Krishna mantra round his beads, is surely the greatest meditator and the greatest yogi, as substantiated by the 6th chapter of the Bhagavad Gita. Hari Bol.
Hare Krishna. Thank you so much, Navya, for reading, Chital Mataji as well. So beautiful. This is the duty of everyone to mold one's life. This is a very deep meaning. Because molding means whatever is favorable for bhakti, we accept it, and whatever is unfavorable, we reject it. molding our life, molding our lifestyle, molding our eating, our sleeping, our recreation, our family, our interests. Everything can be molded. Bhakti does not say to negate those, give up family, give up recreation, give up job, give up this. That's not bhakti. Bhakti means to mold that. Bhakti means whatever we do it as an offering to me. Mai sarvani karmani. Right? Bhagavad Gita also says, Krishna says, Mai sarvani karmani. That whatever you do it as an offering to me. Now, Krishna, someone will say, well, Krishna is like a very sadistic, like pleasure seeking. Hey, do this for me, do this for me, do this for me. It sounds very, self-obsessed person, right? Very, very demanding. But actually, he is not. He is more interested in giving himself to us than we are interested to do anything for him. His interest to give to us is completely selfless, right? Because what does he need from us? He needs nothing, right? If even in the mundane world, if let's say someone has is a big fan of, let's say, a celebrity, a cricket star, a Bollywood star, who is more interested to meet? Let's say I want to meet a Bollywood star. Is the Bollywood star more interested to meet me, or I am more interested to meet him or her? Anyone? In common language, right? Anyone would like to answer this tough question? What do you think? Suvam, Prabhu, what do you think? Let's say you want to meet a...
We want to meet him more than he wants to meet us.
You are more interested, right? Whom do you want to meet? Just curious. Right? So even before coming to Krishna consciousness, we may have, certain passion, desires, and things like that. So the point is that we are more interested, right? Everyone agrees with that? Because they meet with thousands of such people, millions of such people. So their interest is, they don't know who is this tiny person living in a tiny part of the world. And their interest is very, let's say if they have to meet one person and they meet the other, another, like 20, their interest will gradually fade, right? But it is mentioned in the scripture that Krishna is more interested to meet us than we are interested to meet him. Isn't that beautiful? And Krishna's interest continues to grow as he meets his devotees. This is the beauty of Krishna consciousness. Therefore, if you have to meet a Bollywood star, let's say your favorite star, and you take one step towards them, will they come towards you? They'll say, you have to come at this event, and if you come at the right time, then I'll see you. Otherwise, forget it. And you have to pay a heavy price also, maybe a 10,000 rupees ticket just to see them. But Krishna, if we take one step, he comes 10,000 steps towards us. This shows that he is more interested to meet us than we are eager to meet him. What to speak, even like first time when he met Rukmini, we know this pastime, that first time Rukmini wrote this letter, he wanted Krishna to come and take her with him. And first time Krishna came, and then all these Shishupal and all these armies are there because Krishna is practically alone, one-man army. And then Rukmini was a little nervous, what will happen now? All these kings are there, and now it seems a little tough situation. So then Krishna said a very nice thing to Rukmini. Oh, Rukmini, don't worry. Ma shuchaha. Do not lament. Your army will destroy all these armies. No, Rukmini's army. Rukmini did not have army. Krishna was referring to his army as Rukmini's army. Right? So Krishna gives himself to his devotee more rapidly than the devotee is eager to give himself to the Lord. This is so beautiful, isn't it? And in this connection, as I promised, we will discuss a nice story for the rest of the time about How many of you been to Dwarkadhish or heard Dwarka, Dwarkanath, Dakor, Ranchorai? Any of these? Anyone has been to Dakor or Dwarka? Anyone has heard? Dwarkadhish, Dakor, Bhet Dwarka, right? At least all of you must have heard some stories. Sudama went to Dwarka or Ranchorai, etc. So we will try to mentally go to those. So Dakor is in Rajasthan and Dwarka we know is in Gujarat. So it's about 500 kilometers. There's 500-kilometer distance between these two wonderful places. So we'll try to understand how the Dwarka Nath, how Dwarkadhish came from Dwarka to Dakor. And we will see the beautiful relationship of the Supreme Lord with his devotees here. Who wants to hear this story? Anyone? Okay, there's some interest. And I see Ravi Kumar ji has also joined. Thank you for joining. And Aditya Rai ji, thank you. All the way from India. We're so grateful for your association. So everyone wants to hear a story about this wonderful pastime? Okay. Once upon a time. That's how stories begin with, right? About 700 years back, there lived a great, great devotee named Ramdas. And he was very poor. He did not have much. Simple, loving devotion towards the Supreme Lord, Dwarkadhish. And he was living in the Dakor area. And at that time, there was no temple in the Dakor. Currently, there's a wonderful temple. I went with my family and devotees 3 years back. We were very fortunate to get the darshan. But this Ramdas Bodhana was great, great devotee, pure devotee of Lord. Although he did not have much, but he had a lot of bhakti. In the eyes of Lord, that's what really matters. Right? How much the barometer of success in life is not how much wealth one has accumulated, how much degrees one has accumulated, how much big car one has, or how many numbers of followers one has on Facebook or Instagram. These are not the barometer of success in life. The barometer of success is how much love one has awakened towards the Supreme Lord. That's the real barometer of success. That's a real measurement of success, which Bodhana Ramdas had a lot. And every Ekadashi he would spend in Dwarka. Now there was no train, bus, cycle, nothing was there. And he was also poor. So he would travel by foot. And he would, 500 kilometers is not a short, journey to travel by foot. So he would start a few days early. So he can travel the 500 kilometers by foot. So he can be there the night before Ekadashi. So Dashmi, he would try to reach there. And while he was going, he would have his japamala and keep chanting Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. And on his head, he would carry Tulasi pot. So it's mentioned by the time he would reach the small pot, would start flowering Tulsi Manjaris. Because it's taking a few days. So he would stop in the middle, give water and do all the things. But it's not easy to travel 500 kilometers one side. That's for those who know the mile scale. It's about 300 miles. 300 miles. It's a lot, right? It will take 4 hours on car in US. In India, it will take 10 hours to travel by car from there. Maybe 8-9 hours, But he used to walk. Japa in one hand, Tulsi Mahani, and very, very humble, very, very full of devotion. And when he would reach there, there's a wonderful Gomati Sagara. Just by chanting Gomati, 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 which you all can chant, be in the mute, one gets the benefit of bathing in Gomati. Right? Like by chanting Ganga, 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 we get the benefit of bathing in Ganga, actually. This is the power of bhakti. So the Ekadashi day would come. He would offer wonderful Tulasi and Tulasi Manjari to the Supreme Lord Dwarkadhish. He would fast whole day and he would just be absorbed in 100% Nam Bhajan, chanting the holy names of Lord and doing Kirtan and Bhajan. Whole night he would not sleep. The whole night he would continue chanting 24/7, 24 hours. And next day, on the day of Dwadashi, he would break his fast, again take bath in the Gomati, break his fast and start back to Dakor. And he continued that for how many Ekadashis? 1, 2, 5, 10 years and years. There are 2 Ekadashis in a month, and many, many years, many, many decades, he continued this seva. Is it easy? Not at all. But he continued. Now his age was growing, and since he was walking so much, he started to develop some health issues at the age of maybe 60, 70 years, around 70 years he was doing this. He started to develop, arthritis and knee problems. He would limp while walking, but he did not give up any Ekadashi, this seva. And the Lord was so pleased with his service. And this was giving him so much joy. In giving Krishna joy, we become joyful. In serving our own self, we become selfish. So the deity would talk to him because he had such a special relationship with the Supreme Lord. The deities would talk to this Ramdas, great soul. And everyone, knew that this great devotee comes from Dakor and he chants on the day of Ekadashi whole day, whole night. So the Lord told him when he went next time, somehow he was limping, somehow he reached. Lord told him, my dear Ramdas, you have done a lot. I'm so pleased with your seva. Now look at your health, look at your situation. Now, you stay there only. Please don't come. I'm happy. I won't be offended. I won't be upset with you. Please don't come now. Look at your health. Ramdas said, oh my Lord. He started crying actually. How can you ask me not to come? You can ask me anything in life, but please ask me not to come on the day of Ekadashi. Because all I wait for is the day of Ekadashi, so when I'll get your darshan. This is the real meditation of my life, to always meditating upon you and thinking when the day of Ekadashi will come. And I'll be able to render some service to you. The Lord said, actually, I was testing you. You know what? It's not just you who wait for Ekadashi. I'm counting days. When will my Ramdas come? And he would offer Tulasi to me. Hey, Vedi, can you do Kirtan for 1 minute, please?
Sure, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Thank you.
Hare Krishna.
Sorry, I was having some meditation. So the Lord said, my dear Ramdas, it's not just you who wait for me. I'm counting days. 10, 9, 7, 8, 7. I'm counting. My dear Ramdas is going to come soon and is going to do whole night kirtan for me. That gives me so much joy. I was just testing you. But I can't bear to see your pain either. You're going through so much pain. How can the Lord bear to see the pain of a devotee? So next time, you come on a bullock cart and I will come with you back. I have decided that I will come with you because you won't change and I can't see you in pain. So I have to come with you. He says, Lord, that's wonderful, but that's very nice, but I'm poor. When it rains, my hut leaks. The size of my room is just enough so me and my wife can sleep. You are Dwarkanath. You're getting hundreds of opulent bhoga, thousands of people coming. How will I able to do anything for you? I can't see you in poverty, right? Poverty for oneself, opulence for the Lord. The Lord said, no, you just do what I'm telling. Next time you come in bullock cart, you ask your friends, they will. You ask, go to U-Line, rent a truck. What is that? U-Haul, sorry. Go to U-Haul, rent a bullock cart and come. Right? Renting company. And ask for some friend will give you. So he begged for, can someone give me a, and they knew he's a nice devotee, probably he's old, can't travel, he wants to go. So someone gave him a bullock cart with those bulls were also having arthritis. They were also beaten up bulls. So beaten up cart, but somehow he got it and he traveled doing his bhajan and reached Dwarka. Same as usual routine. He, on the day of Ekadashi, he went inside the temple and offered tulasi, offered manjari, did a lot of kirtan, bhajan, everything. And after the Shayan Darshan, everyone used to go away on their business. But this Ramdas, for many, many decades, for many, many Ekadashis, hundreds of Ekadashis, he was sitting there and chanting whole night doing jagran. That was his devotion. And people saw Ramdas has rented a U-Haul, a bullock cart. And everyone it didn't click to anyone, but they said, oh, now he must be old, so maybe he's coming. He was limping, so he can't walk much. In those days, there were no knee replacement or steroids or injections, so, right? And he was so poor too. So he would just massage his knees and somehow manage. So he came and did his bhajan. Everything was going very nice. In the middle of the night, at midnight, the window opened and the deities came out. And not only they came out, they just themselves, The deities had packed their suitcase also. 2 international big bags, 1 personal item and 1 check-in. The Lord had packed his everything. He said, Ramdas, I've packed my luggage, my clothes, my jewelry, my everything. I'm ready. Ramdas said, sorry, it's a Sprint Airlines. There is no room for luggage. Right? The bullock cart somehow barely could withstand you and me. There's no room for this heavy. So, Sarv Dharman Parityaja, give up everything. The devotee is telling the Lord, give up everything. Leave your everything aside. Just come as it is. And the Lord said, okay. So he left his luggage, his jewels, his whatever. He said, I had been packing, international flight. We don't start packing an hour before we pack. The Lord was packing his stuff because he had to travel internationally. Long trip. So he packed. And then now the Lord and Ramdas sat on the bullock cart, and the luggage and everything is left in the temple. And Ramdas started to ride. The bullock's driving towards Dakor. Now Krishna is Parthasarthi, but Ramdas became the Sarthi of Parthasarthi. The Lord said, my dear Ramdas, you are old and you don't have experience also driving this bullock cart. I think you have read in Bhagavad Gita that I became the Sarthi. I have work experience in this. Let me drive. So the Lord became again the Sarthi. And Ramdas was. And the Lord also told that very soon the morning would happen and your bullock carts are very old, suffering from arthritis. They can't go fast. The king would wake up. The guards would wake up. The Mangal Darshan would happen. They will not see me. And they will see that you are the one who is always staying in the temple. And this time you came with bullock cart. Maybe you had some agenda. And they will put 1 and 1 together and they will come running after and they'll catch you very soon. So let me drive. Okay. Karishyasi vachanam tav. I will do what you say. So Lord is driving. Dwarkadhish is driving. And Ramdas is there. So Ramdas, after a few hours, the guards realized. Everyone realized. The pujaris realized. Oh, the deities are missing. And look at the broken window. Some thief must have come. And he saw, oh, all the jewels and everything is also there. That means he must be trying to steal the Lord's jewelry and everything. But somehow he must be afraid or something. Oh, Ramdas, where is Ramdas? He would never leave before Dwadashi. He would always come and break his fast on Dwadashi. But now he's not there. And where is his bullock cart? The bulls are missing. The bullock cart is missing. Ramdas is missing. Deities are missing. They put 1 and 1 together. Ramdas must have stolen our Lord. And the guards were sent. The horses were sent. They were very fast. The bulls were old. They were slow. And they came. By this time, since the Lord was driving, they had reached very close to Dakor. Not fully, but they had reached very close. So they came. Now Ramdas could see the horses, like hundreds of horses are riding. All the air, the dust created from those hoofs of the horses. Ramdas realized, and Lord said, Baba, problem. They are coming. What to do? What to do? What to do? The Lord said, you put, there's a kunda here nearby. You put me in the kunda. And you keep going. He said, okay. He put the Lord in the kunda. But how far he could go? Just a few minutes later, the guards caught him. And Ramdas was asked, was interrogated, where's the Lord? Tell us. He said, no, I don't know. And then finally they started beating Ramdas. Because he is trying. You think you're trying to be innocent? You think you can escape us? They started whipping him with whips and canes. Now this devotee is 70 plus years old with very bad health. How can he withstand the harsh punishment of the guards? So he somehow, he was unconscious. After a few blows, he was unconscious. And the guards thought that he's dead. And they all started to search. He must be somewhere. He must have hidden the deity somewhere, because he was trying to be innocent. He is actually a criminal. And then they saw the footmarks of Ramdas. Oh, look at the footmarks. Oh, they're going here. And with the heavy weight of the deities, the foot impressions were perceptible. And then they found the kunda. And the kunda was red. And they could see the deities in there. And the guards and the brahmanas tries to take out the deities. As soon as they try to touch the Lord's, don't touch. They try to touch here, don't, I'm suffering, don't touch. If someone beats us very black and blue, and if someone, even a small touch will be very painful, right? The Lord said, you have caused pain to my devotee. And their kunda was red because of the blood of the Lord. You have caused so much pain to my dear devotee. You want me to go with you? You're trying to harm my devotee? Hanti nindati vaidveshti vaishnavanam nabhinandati krudyate yopi naharshan darshane patananishat. One who tries to harm a devotee, there is no scope for that person to make spiritual scope for progress. So somehow they took the Lord out, having conversation. And Lord, please come with us. Because Ramdas was trying to steal you. He said, did you ask Ramdas? Did you, before you started beating in black and blue, did you even ask what was the matter? I told him that I want to come with him. It's not that he was trying to steal me. I don't want to live with all of you because you are just puffed up so-called devotees, proud of your so-called learning, proud of your so-called scholarship. You are not real devotees. Ramdas is my real devotee. At the old age, he comes. And there's so much seva out of love. Yo me bhaktya prayachati. And I accept it. Tadham bhakti upaharitam ashnami prat atmanaha. Because he has so much love and the attitude of devotion in his heart. So I accept it. But you have only pride and so-called learning, so-called pride, selfish agendas. You're not my devotees. One who tries to harm my devotee, I don't even look at that person. What to speak of you calling yourself as devotee? The Ramdas also awakened in his consciousness. So this conversation is happening. Everyone is looking. So then those devotees got a lesson, because then he gave a proposal. Then the Lord said that actually you are not interested in me. You are really interested in the donation which comes through me. Because if I am not there, then the donations will not come. You are just merely interested for donations. The Lord knows better, right? And then they actually, they now got the message that yes, actually, we are not interested in donations. So the Lord said, okay, you want donations? I will give you the equivalent weight of myself, the deity. I will give you equivalent amount of gold. Whatever the weight comes, we'll do the tula bhar. We'll put the deities on one side. Equivalent amount of gold Ramdas will give to you. Ramdas is thinking, Baba, gold? Equivalent amount of bhusa I don't have. What to speak of giving gold. The Lord said, don't worry. So when Ramdas got married, his wife had some ornaments, some earrings, nosepin, bangles, some things. That's all gold he had. And after going through all the ups and downs, the only gold items they had to sell something, they had to do, they were really poor. They had nothing. All was left was wife's one tiny gold earring. It was not even an earring, it was like a wire basically. Lord said, okay, put me on one side. So the guards the Brahmanas put the Lord on one side. And they were actually happy. Oh, yeah, if it's like getting a lottery, right? If one gets a lottery, which we're not encouraging, basically, if one gets, let's say, 100 kilograms of gold, then why one needs to work? That's what they were thinking mentally. You will get 100 kilo. The Lord, we were not able to pick the Lord. It took 10 of us to get. So the Lord is certainly very heavy. All this was going in our mind. Okay, our life will be settled pretty much. If we get that much amount of gold, we can all equally share, all 10 of us, so 10 kilogram each. We are settled now. Even if the Lord is not there, our family is good, me is good, I'll have pension, my life is good. Lord, those who try to cheat the Lord is the best amongst the cheaters. So the Lord asked that now the deities are outside Ramdas's home. The Lord is there, wife is there, everyone is there to bring the wire of earring. And they put the wire, and boom, the Lord is here, the wire is here. The wire of devotion of a bhakta, surpasses everything, right? His wire is not just ordinary wire. And sometimes we have seen the same pastime in the Satyabhama and Rukmini and Dwarka Narad Muni pastime. The Tulasi leaf over there, same episode happens. The Lord is looking for that wire of devotion, that iota of devotion, that the leaf of devotion, the water of devotion, the heart of devotion, not looking for gold or silver or rubies or pearls. And the Brahmanas were shocked. What is this going on? He said, okay, you wanted the equivalent amount of gold. I'm giving you more than that. You just saw. Take this wire and distribute in 10 parts and all of you be happy. He said, Baba, okay. And they had 15, 20 tolas of gold on their body with jewels and pearls and hand and wrists and anklets and whatnot. So what will we do this wire? This is practically useless. It's not even worth $5. What will we do with this wire? We thought we'll get 100 kilograms of gold, 200, 300 pounds of gold, but this is worthless. But by all this, seeing the devotion of Lord and seeing the devotion of his devotee, their hearts melted and said, Lord, we have understood a big lesson that all we were serving you was for selfishly money. But now we have understood a lesson that please forgive us. Please come with us. So sorry, that's out of question. But to keep things going, you will find another replica of me in this kunda on the next Ekadashi. So the Lord gave the address. Go to that kunda. And the other murti, the replica murti is there, which is currently worshipped in Dwarka. And this murti was brought to Dakor in this way, by the love of devotion. So the Lord is pulled by the love of devotion. So I really like the story, heard this from spiritual master. Thought to share with all of you. Very, very pertinent in this connection. How the Lord sees the love and devotion. Nothing else can attract him. So we should do our best, the best of our abilities, best of our skills, best of our intelligence, best of everything, with love and devotion. With love and devotion, with humility, with gratitude, with sincerity. That will attract the Lord. That will pull the Lord. That will bring the Lord in our hearts. So I'll take a pause here. Thank you for your wonderful audience, and thank you for giving me a chance to share these two wonderful verses and this wonderful story from Bhagavad Gita. Any comments? Sorry, we're already over time, but if anyone has any quick comments or thoughts or corrections, please feel free. Haribol, thank you.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji, wonderful pastime, Prabhuji. I never heard of it. It was so heart touching. Thank you so much, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Prabhu. Yes, Ravi Prabhu, Avni, want to say something?
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. It's maybe a very like not related. I mean, what is a foolish question? But when we are offering to the Krishna, the Thakurji, he says Patram, Pushpam, Phalam, Toyam. Is that the order we should offer when we're doing, like I'm doing my puja and archana? Should I offer first Tulsi Patta, then Pushpa, then Phal, and then the Jal, and then the I just thought in my head, like Bhagavanji always says for a reason. He did not say Toyam Pushpam Patram. So he's saying Patram Pushpam Phalam Toyam. So I'm just thinking maybe my irrational logic. So give me your suggestion, Prabhu.
I've not heard the connection in this, but in the Arati there is certainly an order. What elements in the Shodash Upchar Puja, the Panch Upchar Puja, there are different types of Upcharas. There are articles to be offered, 16 articles, 5 articles. And all these articles have one article in common, and that is the article of Bhakti. So in that, maybe as we are reading, we'll cover in the other Saturday classes, evening classes also. But I've not heard, so there is a sequence for the Arati, right? First we offer the incense, then we offer the lamb, then we offer water, then we offer the cloth, then we offer flowers, then we offer the air, the chamara, etc. And sometimes, let's say, you're offering like a meal, like rice, dal, chawal, it's rice, rice, dal, rice, dal, sabji, water, right? So the tulsi is on top of it, so it's together at times, right? Sometimes it could be a fruit salad with tulsi, sometimes. I'm not aware of any like a sequence with, right? Based on time, place, situation. Sometimes, I mean, tulsi is called pushpashara. Like sometimes if one does not have flowers, then what to do? Then will the Lord not accept it? Lord will accept it. Pushpashara means the best amongst the flowers. One of the 8 names of tulsi is pushpashara. One can offer tulsi. As well as Radhanath Swami Maharaj was recently explaining in the class he did last week or 2 weeks back, that what dress will go, what anklets will go, what other items will go is optional, right? There's a choice. But one thing is not optional, is there's tulsi at the lotus feet of the Lord. I really like that point. And even more than that, is the most essential article is bhakti. So, and again, the Lord is looking for devotion. So, yeah. I hope that helps.
Yes, Prabhuji, sure. Yeah, thank you, Prabhuji.
Thank you. Anything else? Anyone? Yes. Okay, so I think they're already over time, so I won't take more time. But thank you so much again. Bhagavad Gita Upanishad ki jai, Shri Prabhupada ki jai, Samaveta Gaur Bhaktavinda ki jai, Pancha Kalpatarupasya Kripa Sindhubhya Evacha, Patitanam Pavanebhyo, Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha. Thank you so much. Haribol.